Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Jonesin for Wins. I'm your host, Craig Havens, and with me today, as always, is Jonathan Almanzar. Today's topic is the huge Cowboys road win over the LA Rams. Last week, we had a Rams fan on who said there's no chance the Cowboys will win. Here we are at 4-1 with a big defensive turnout for the Cowboys. Jonathan, why don't you start out and give me your initial thoughts on the win this week?
I think we're overrated. I think that this is not the best case scenario for the Cowboys. I'm a little worried moving forward. I think we're relying way too much on our defense to bail us out. I feel like every time I watch them, Demarcus Lawrence is getting hurt. Micah Parsons is getting hurt. They're starting to break down. It's only week 5. We have 12 more weeks to go. I'm worried we're peaking too early. And I think that Cowboys, because we always listen to what the national media says, I think they're going to start buying into the fact that we don't need to throw the ball. Let's just keep the offense the same. Even when they bring back Dak, we're going to have this same offense. And what I was getting so frustrated hearing was, this is generating wins. This is generating wins. Did people forget that we were 13-4 last year? We won a lot of games playing the way we played last year. If you added this defense to last year's offense, we would have been the Super Bowl champions. And I'm just really, really, really concerned that all of these piling up these wins with a non-professional quarterback playing quarterback is overinflating the egos of the little boy, the bald chipmunk, and all these different people that we have calling the shots. The bald chipmunk being, I can't even think of his name right now, Mike McCarthy. All these people. And why was he wearing a jacket again? He was in LA. And I told you, he wears so many clothes on the
He had
sidelines.
the jacket
Like,
off.
why does he have a coat on?
He did have it off. There's no air conditioning in that stadium either, by the way. So.
Yeah, so wear a t-shirt. So I think we're relying too much on the defense. We're not going to start focusing on the offense, and we're going to start just falling into this trap of let's hand the ball, run the ball, hand the ball, run the ball. That's what our offense is going to be. Even though I know right now we're doing a lot of play action fakes on first down, which I feel like if I was any defensive coordinator on any team in the league right now, I would say, hey, on first down when Cooper Rush is in the game, they're going to run a play action fake.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think that we are overrated, or the Dallas Cowboys are overrated, or do you think that Cooper Rush is overrated? You think that the whole organization is inflating itself based on this?
Yes. And because the NFC East is really good now, and they're not. Like the Giants are not a really good team. I love to say that, but they're not a really good team. The Eagles are not a very good team. The Eagles barely beat the Cardinals. Shouldn't have beat the Cardinals.
They barely beat Detroit.
Yes. So I think that the NFC East is inflated. I mean, did you hear Ron Rivera saying when they were like, why is the rest of the NFC East doing good and you guys aren't? And he's like, quarterback. Really? You think that the Cowboys are winning because of Cooper Rush and that the Giants are winning because of Daniel Jones?
Really
so when
good.
you have those kinds of people in there as your quarterbacks, I think the whole NFC East is overrated. So we're overrating ourselves, and we're going to have a terrible fall here pretty soon. And I just don't want to peak too soon. I don't want to peak too soon.
Well, I agree with you on the NFC East. I don't think the NFC East is what it is. I'm amazed at where we are, but I don't know that there's a whole lot. Who's going to win the NFC? Period.
I know.
Who's there? San Francisco.
Yeah.
Past them, who? I mean, you're not going to look at the Rams
Vikings?
right now. Yeah, the Vikings could be. They could be. I think that sums it up. The Eagles, the Cowboys, and I don't think the Eagles. I don't believe in the Eagles. I don't believe in the Eagles. I don't believe in the Eagles. But
yeah, me either.
All right. Some stats over this win with Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush, 10 of 16. We threw the ball 16 times. That's how much faith we have in this kid. And again, he's managing and they're managing the game. And I do think that you're saying they're overrated. I think the coaching staff has done a good job, and I think they'll continue. I would hope that they're managing Cooper Rush, not letting Cooper Rush manage how they coach, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're not going to say, okay, here's Dak back. This rush, this non-throwing thing is working for us. I would think that I can't believe that's going to be the case. But 10 of 16 for 102 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The bigger number of all of it is 2 fumbles. Tony Pollard.
Hey,
What's up?
quick, can I ask a question? So did my prediction of Cooper Kupp having more yards than Cooper Rush come true?
It did.
That's one for me. One, but I only get half a point because I also picked that Cooper Rush would have more receiving touchdowns than Cooper Kupp.
Right.
So I'll just take half a point.
Okay.
Half a point.
But you also said that the Rams were going to win. So I'd say we're
okay,
down to a point.
Okay, so I got 0 points for that. So I have half a point right now.
All right. Tony Pollard, though. I mean, have we not said just last week, were we not just boasting on this guy, hey, it was a bad game for him last week, but let me tell you, this kid is resilient. He's going to come back. Those were our words, right? I mean.
Those were my words, yeah.
Yeah, right. So, by the way, does your brother still believe in Cooper Rush?
I haven't talked to him, but I think that getting him, when he got this close to the glory hole, that had to have motivated him, right? Don't you think?
Who's that?
Pollard.
Oh, yeah. Well, absolutely. I know the team. This is probably part of their game prep.
Yeah.
For the next week.
When that guy said, do you use the lines and McCarthy to motivate the team? And McCarthy was like, no, never. We're nobody's underdog. But
I like that, by the way.
We do use the glory hole to motivate people. And I don't know if he was talking about our show or what he was talking about when he said it, but.
Right. I'm sure he was probably talking about both. But.
Yeah.
So, and so far, we've got no repeat offenders in the glory hole. So apparently, this is a good. It's like waterboarding for them.
Yeah, good.
So yeah, Zeke Elliott, 22 carries, 78 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3.5 yards per carry. Did I mention Tony Pollard's numbers? 8 for 86 yards, 1 touchdown, 10.8 yards per carry.
Yeah.
Lamb did good. 5 catches, 8 targets, 53 yards.
One big drop.
But we know he's going to drop one every game.
And that whole laughing thing again. Oh, I'm so funny. I'm just a little jokester out here on the field. Ha 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 ha.
Gallup
I'm so cute and quirky. Catch. What's that?
Gallup's catch. That was insane.
Yeah, but Gallup also had a big drop too.
Yeah.
I would say the biggest drop.
I would agree. Then Brown. Disappearing, your son. What's going on?
I don't know, man.
And we take him out of the game. Now, hopefully, when Dak comes back, is Dak coming back this week?
I'm going to say there's a 75% chance he does not. That's my prediction. Man. What do you think?
I have to believe that, I got to believe at this game they have to. If he is at all capable. 10 for 16, 102 yards.
Yeah. And it didn't even look that good, to be honest with you.
I think Dak left-handed. That's my shooting star. Dak left-handed could do better numbers than that right there. I know I can't put that in because we're not going to. But if they put him in left-handed, I'd be willing to bet against Philly he'd have better numbers than Cooper Rush had with his right-handed 102 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 fumbles. But defense, man. Forced fumbles, Armstrong and Parsons. Interceptions, Malik Hooker. Sacks, Jordan Lewis, Parsons, Armstrong, Osa. Defense, we look great. Special teams, outstanding.
Wait. Pausing. Defense. Did I call a defensive touchdown or did I call a defensive touchdown?
You called a defensive touchdown for St. Louis.
No.
If you look at last week's tape for this episode, you're official. You're official. No. When you were trying to rev up a Rams fan, you called for the Dallas Cowboys to get a defensive touchdown. On your official one, you called for the Rams to get a defensive touchdown because Cooper is going to put the ball in their hands. I'm not accepting that.
He did put it in their hands, but I'm only going to take a half a point for this one too because I did call Trayvon Diggs scoring that touchdown, and it was DeMarcus Lawrence. So that's 1 point, 1 full point for me so far.
And DeMarcus Lawrence had a great game. Honestly, that's
what I'm worried about, though.
What's that?
That's what I'm worried about. That they're all doing so well. I'm really worried about it.
Just speaking too soon, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Did you say
we've made up for when we've had injuries, we're making up for it. Our front line, our wide receivers, except the first game, our wide receivers, our quarterback, we've made up for it. And
Yeah.
I hate doing it, but a lot of that has been coaching. I
Yeah.
again, I'm really hoping that when we have real life, everyone back, we're not going back like you're saying that you're afraid we're going to do. I don't think that's going to happen. But I don't know that we're ready to peak too soon. We're not. I don't know that we've peaked. Our
Did
offense
you
hasn't
say?
even come off the ground yet.
Did you say that our special teams did really well?
Well, I mean, they did well.
Okay, so I'm also taking a point here because I
You
called
did
a
call
bad snap
bad
on a
snap.
kick,
I'll even give
and
you
we
the full
had it.
point on that one, but I'm not giving you the other two halves because you messed up everything
So
else.
I ended up with 2 points. But the anger, something wrong with him.
You know,
And I'm
yeah,
and
there
I
is
call
something missing there because there was another. That was two bad punts in two
in 2
games.
games.
Yeah,
And if there's one thing I'm good at, I'm good at recognizing when a kicker's done.
yeah. You've said it about every kicker we've ever had.
Right when it happens, and people are like, no, just give him a chance, just let him get through. Like, I'm not calling our field goal kicker done right now. I think he's fine. I think he's fine right now. But I think by the end of the season, anger's gonna cost us a game.
I'm betting that Anger has got some leg injury,
He could,
whether it's a strain or
but
there's no way.
on my anger is gonna cost us a game. It doesn't necessarily have to be the kicker. It could also be like a player gets angry and attacks
Oh,
someone and
yeah,
gets a
no, that makes
15-yard
sense.
penalty.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then thrown
So
out.
I just think
Yeah,
in some way, anger is costing us a game this year
right.
before the end of the season. That's a bold prediction
That is a shooting star prediction right there.
for the season, though, not for a game.
Oh, right. It's a season shooting star.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I gotta say there was a lot of positives there. I was happy with this game because I did say
Yeah.
defense was bringing us through this game.
You were right.
I'm not even taking. I'll take the point. You know what? I'm going to take the point. I'm also taking my point for picking the winner against our Rams fan and you saying no.
Yeah. I think you should get a half a point for that one and
A half a point. Why?
for,
I wouldn't.
no.
All
A
out.
full point for the win. A full
Oh.
point for the win, but a half a point for the defense carrying us through because the offense did score too. So it wasn't just the defense
Yeah.
scoring.
All right, fine.
And
But the
and they
offense
let
wouldn't have
Cooper
scored the way
Kupp-
they did if it wasn't for defense and special teams.
and they let Cooper Kupp have that ridiculously long play. So
Yeah. But you know what? That wasn't bad coverage.
no, I don't think it was either.
That was a really nice catch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once Cooper has the ball, he's not exactly.
When did he become fast?
I don't think he's ever been slow.
But Trayvon Diggs couldn't even he just gave up.
I
It was
know.
like watching those little kids at recess. The one
Maybe because
second fastest kid is it, and he's running to tag the other kid, and the other kid just starts pulling away, and he's just like, "Forget it, I'm done."
maybe because he's on defense. You know how defense gets more tired than offense.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and the offensive player knows where he's going too, right? So he has that advantage in the snow and in the sunny LA weather. Yeah.
But yeah, I even liked. I mean, I liked the way they played the game. I did. I liked. 10 for 16. I do wish. Can Cooper throw it deep? Like realistically, throw it deep.
He had a deep throw that one time last game. He had a deep throw. Remember, that's why I didn't give him the toilet bowl or whatever we give away.
Yep.
But didn't he throw an interception in this game right into Bobby Wagner's stomach that Bobby Wagner dropped?
Yeah, it went right to Bobby. I mean, in all reality, if Bobby Wagner was even a DB, he would have. Well, I guess technically, but he would have caught that. But if he was a receiver, that would have been a pick six.
Yeah. I did notice again in this game that Lamb somehow is still getting matched up with linebackers, and I think it's great. Even that pass he dropped, it was a linebacker that was trying to cover him.
But 10 for 16, we're not exploiting that. We're like, you would think that would be something that we face more. And why is it? It's not just one team; it's every team.
Yeah, maybe it's because they're not playing any defensive backs. They're just playing linebackers because they're like, eh.
So Matt Stafford had more yards than our entire team. He had 308.
Really? I
Yep.
would not have guessed that.
I didn't either. I was surprised to find that. He was 28 of 42 for 308 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Akers, 13 carries, 33 yards, 2.5 yards per carry. Cooper Kupp, 1.4. And then there was another yard by somebody, I don't know. But we held them to 38 yards rushing.
Good.
I mean, granted,
They have a terrible.
they didn't. Yeah, but rushing is easier than passing. I mean,
Yeah.
it should be 2.5 yards per carry.
Yeah, that's great. I'm happy with that. Hey, I know we only completed 10 passes, but did any of them go to a tight end? Do you know? Did any tight ends for us catch a ball?
We had a target to a tight end. That was it.
Which tight end was it?
You know who it was.
Hendershot?
No, it was Dalton Schultz.
Oh, yeah, and then he got hurt, huh?
Yep. Why is he there if he's hurt? He seems to be hurt ever since the first game. He's been hurt, and he comes back for like 3 plays, gets the ball thrown to him, doesn't catch it, and runs off the field.
There's something wrong with his pants too, because his pants are see-through.
We're back.
I'm just telling you, man. I'm sitting there watching with Chris Brown,
and you're watching his pants.
My wife, and I'm embarrassed for my wife. I'm like, dude, cover up his pants. Like, what? How can I see his crack? Like, he needs. Something is wrong with his pants. I don't know if he doesn't wear
maybe
like some kind of slides or underwear, or his are like the only ones that when they get wet or see through, or he's the only one that sweats. I don't know, but his pants are disgusting.
I'll see if we can get. You know what? When they watch, maybe they'll take care of it.
Yeah, somebody needs to.
So I don't even remember how I was going with this one. Favorite part of the game. Go ahead.
You're talking about them and their stats. You're relating their stats and how we held them great on rushing.
Yeah, no, I was just really impressed with. For a change, we've done something to stop the run. We actually, I think it was a pretty solid game by the defense. Really, the offense did what it had to do to win the game.
Yeah.
But what would you say? What's your biggest takeaway from the game? Other than overrated, what do you think about the team?
I thought the defense was really good. I think we have one of the best defenses in the league right now. I know San Francisco's is really good, but ours is just as good and dangerous and can score. That's the other thing. Our defense can score.
Yeah. All right.
You?
I'm really impressed with the defense, and I think my biggest thing this season is a coaching staff that I've hated, has come through. So it's been when we have an injury in any particular year, we don't recover. We just don't. We fall apart. And this year, we've lost a lot of people that last year we would have never recovered from this. 2 years ago we would have never recovered from this. We have this year. We've actually. We've redone our
resilient
passing game to fit a guy who isn't really a great quarterback, not even a really good quarterback. So, and we're winning with it. It's so much so that people are crediting the quarterback and making it seem like he's outstanding. He's up there with the likes of who?
Kyle Allen.
Yep.
Some other people I can't remember their names.
Right.
Like Bryn something. Borlin, I don't remember their names.
Yeah, it's amazing because, these people will be remembered the same way in 5 years, except add Cooper Rush to it when some other undrafted free agent quarterback wins his first 5 games thanks to Coach
Mike Tomczak.
Oh, yeah.
Dexter Brock and Kyle Allen all won their first 5 games. I think, one thing that actually, when you asked me what's my one big takeaway, I have another takeaway, actually. And it's this. I've said for 10 seasons, the Cowboys don't have a clutch player. We just don't. Since Romo fumbled that snap against Seattle in the playoffs on the kick till this year, we've not had a clutch player, not one. And we have a clutch player finally, Micah Parsons. That dude is clutch. He ends games. Like,
So,
he doesn't, it's not the kind of thing where we're like, oh, we're playing so good, we're good. But when we need that one big play against Aaron Rodgers, he leaks out, and we have a face mask or a hands, some kind of penalty or some kind of late hit or some kind of big run. Micah Parsons is clutch. And that stands out to me.
So pre-injury, Sean Lee.
When was Sean Lee pre-injury? Like in between injuries, you mean? Like
his first couple years, I think he was pretty injury-free.
Yeah, but he wasn't clutch.
No, I hear you. No, but he was, though. He was outstanding as a player.
He would dominate a game. But when it came down to the moment when you needed the tackle, you knew it wasn't happening. You knew we weren't going to stop somebody.
I'm not going back.
And now I'm like,
these.
Huh?
I said I'm not going back and checking film on all of this. So,
but now I feel like I want us to punt the ball away. Yeah, just why are you even trying to go for it and in the game? Punt it.
We should punt every time we get the ball.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, we finally deferred. We finally got to get the ball in the second half. I don't know. Have we done that this year at all?
I don't think so.
And I don't even think it's been a choice. I think we've lost every coin toss this year. So I think we need to come up with whoever was deciding what we call, that person should be fired. We need to get a new person in to call the coin toss. Maybe they've done that. Maybe that's what happened this week.
That would be an interesting thing. Maybe you should find out.
Even a blind little digging. Find a nut, man. You should always get one.
I don't want to punt the ball away though until we get rid of anger. Then we can start punting the ball away.
So just throw a deep interception?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how far you can throw though. That's the problem. Maybe we'll have CD Lamb throw the interception for us.
All right, there we go. So, let's say Cooper Rush starts this week.
Okay.
Which is what you're thinking is going to happen. 75% chance of him starting. What do you think the score is going to be? Where are you at?
21-20, Philadelphia.
Wow. Don't believe in the NFC East. All right. You really think
Cooper Rush?
You really think they're going to be the team? The Philadelphia Eagles is going to be the team that gets over 20 points against this defense.
Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, I think I do. I mean, I'm going to keep as long as Cooper's in the game, I'm going to keep calling a defensive touchdown, at least one. And I think there'll be a defensive touchdown. I think Jalen Hurts will slip a tackle somewhere.
You're the blind squirrel.
What's that?
I said even a blind squirrel. You're the blind squirrel right now. Every time you just keep going, man, and you will find your nut somewhere.
Yeah.
Keep looking for your nut, man.
21-20.
All right. If Cooper starts, I'm saying 24-16.
Who?
The Cowboys. I don't think the Eagles are good enough to beat them. Not with this defense. I do not believe that, and I will be again the one person. Now tomorrow when we do this, all right? Are you going to give your reverse pick? Are you going to say, "Oh, if Cooper rushes, it's going to be 22-21," or
what?
You did that last week. Last week you hedged your bet. You went with the Rams winning in this podcast. In tomorrow's, you picked the Cowboys. So, what are you doing with this one?
You'll have to find out when we film it.
All right, fine. So, Dak. We got Dak Prescott. He starts. What's your score?
31. Oh, man,
I'm going to have to write these down. I'm not remembering.
31-13 Dallas.
All right, so you're basically saying if Dak plays, they win. All right. So mine, I've got Dallas. If Cooper plays, 24-16. If Dak plays, Dallas wins 35-13.
So we both gave the Eagles less points if Dak plays.
Yeah, well, I think Dak can do a better. It's kind of like
I agree.
Take the Buffalo Miami game, or not Buffalo, the Miami Jets game, right?
Yeah.
If Tua had played that game,
yeah,
Do the Jets score 40 points?
No.
No,
No.
because quite honestly, the offense is in better control. If Cooper's playing, our defense is on the field more. We're not moving the ball like that. We're not. So yes, I don't believe that if Dak is there, the Eagles score as much.
I agree.
In either case, I don't think they score 20 points. And do you know we've kept our opponent to one. I guess you do, but we've kept our opponent to one touchdown in every game. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no more, no less. I do think that in this game they will have one offensive touchdown. If Cooper Rush plays, they'll have one offensive touchdown and one defensive touchdown, and two field goals, and they'll go for two at the end to make it 21-20.
All right, I think it's going to be. I don't think this time we get a defensive score. I do think that we're going to run one back for a touchdown. Not the defense. Run a punt or a kick. I think Turpin has a good return this week, but we'll reserve those things for. We're gonna have Zach Maurer on to talk about the Eagles game coming up, but we'll see what he picks. He's gonna have his stuff together.
I think the reason we lose 21-20 is because, like I said, the Cowboys are ahead 14-13. The Eagles score and go for two. So now it's 21-14. We go down the field, score. We could kick an extra point to tie it up, but we have been having bad snaps, so we go for two and don't make it. And lose.
I get the long snapper issue. I really do. I truly do. And I know it's more of you don't just sub anyone in there. But we've got to have a guy that was a long snapper in college. And all week, you know what he's doing?
Well,
he's long snapping. He doesn't even have to
Yeah, I mean they're on different hashes, right, in the NFL than they are in college.
That is a huge difference. Yeah, that's right. Because the wind resistance, if you're farther out to the sides, is the
3-point line is also like 3 feet deeper than it is in college. You know, the NBA 3-point line's further. Maybe that gets in his head a little bit. He's thinking,
you know it does. You know it. There's no way. How can it not? It's the guy that can overcome that piece that makes a good long snapper. That's what I've said.
There's no 2-minute warning in college football. The clock doesn't stop after 2 minutes. If your knee goes down, you don't even have to be touched. You're just down.
2 feet down. So,
all that, you don't have to have 2 feet down in the end zone. So all of those things.
Yep. Not to mention, like, what happens. I mean, what's to celebrate? What am I doing to celebrate if we make this field goal? I mean, am I jumping up and down? Right. Am I the guy that everyone jumps on top of because I replaced the long snapper? So, like, he doesn't know whether to get up and start jumping up and down or to lay down so people can jump on top of him. Or pick him up in the air and carry him off the field. I mean...
And in college, you get a 15-yard penalty. You lose the points. It's not like it goes on to the kick. Celebration penalties, you lose the points. So I can see why he's struggling so much, I guess. Because it is really hard to go from being a college long snapper to an NFL long snapper, you know.
Why don't you give me your power rankings, bud?
All right. So my power rankings. Number 1. Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Nobody's taken their title yet. Number 2, the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
Buffalo Bills. And I really don't like putting them number 2, to be honest with you.
I know.
And number 3, the San Francisco 49ers.
Wow.
Leaving the Cowboys out, leaving the Eagles out.
You know, it's funny. You've been all psyched up about the Cowboys, but now you're picking against them. I thought you were a longtime fan. That's why I took that out of the whole beginning. You know, longtime Cowboy fans.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
I am.
I am going Kansas City.
Okay.
Still on the top of my list. Dallas. And I, too, have put as number 3 San Francisco.
Buffalo you took out.
I didn't
cannot believe
Buffalo
that.
I didn't have Buffalo in. I had the Eagles in, remember?
No, I don't. You did. You left him out last week.
No.
You'll have to go back. So you lose your points. If I'm correct, you lose all your points this week. But I'm going to say I'm correct.
Let me see if we can find this moment here. This is what when we had our end of our last podcast, we had Bill in there.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to play this before we start. Go ahead.
While you're looking, you look for that, and I'll just tell you why I think Buffalo's overrated as well. But I'm going to leave them in the top 3 for now because they'll end up with a really good record. I cannot believe a team that you love so much isn't in your top 3.
When did I love Buffalo? When did I have a love for Buffalo?
Don't you have
even have like I have hated Buffalo since I went to school up there. I've hated Buffalo.
Didn't you buy a cabin on a lake right by Buffalo?
No, not a cabin, not a lake, not Buffalo. It's a camper on a river way east of Buffalo, but good enough. So,
all right.
This is what our friend said.
I want to talk about one quick thing to the Cowboys. They play the Rams this week. For argument's sake, they get beat. Mm-hmm. They're going to Philadelphia next week. They are. They're going to get beat. Then, they're going to split with the Bears and Lions. Then, after that, they go to Green Bay, and they're going to get beat. So, if I'm invited back by then, I'm assuming we're going to be talking about Mike McCarthy's job.
If all that comes back, I'd like McCarthy gone anyways, but if all that happens, we will bring you back on a special edition just for you.
So he's not coming back.
That you will run it.
Yeah, he's done. He's done.
Short, that dude's done.
This is what happens when we invite other people on. We'll have Zach Mauer on the next one, and I'm sure he'll probably have one of those little bold predictions again, but guess what? You're going to go against the Cowboys. He's going to go against the Cowboys. Cowboys going to win, and it'll be over.
Yeah. Let's hope.
So you have anything you're looking forward to this game? You got them, 75% chance they lose, according to you, by 1 point.
Yeah, but what we're talking about with Cooper Rush is their quarterback. We're not talking about this with Dak Prescott as their quarterback.
For 100 yards, we won.
What's that?
10 of 16 for 102 yards, 2 fumbles, and we won. I mean, they were recovered by Dallas, thankfully, but we won. So, I am not trusting in Cooper. I am trusting in this coaching staff. It's making it harder and harder for me to get a new coach, but it'll happen.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching.
No, wait.
Wait, whoa, we didn't do Glory Hole. Holy cow, what is wrong with this guy? Sorry, my bad, that was horrible. I didn't even look up.
So, who do you want me to give you my...
You go first, because
Glory Holes?
I already know who I'm picking.
So, what's number 73's name?
That is Tyler Smith, yeah.
Yeah, he had a couple holding penalties. One of them got declined. He did recover a fumble. If he hadn't recovered the fumble that he let Aaron Donald blow by him and held Aaron Donald, but then he recovered the fumble. So that took him out of the glory hole for me. I thought both wide receivers, Gallup and CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee's little giggle, man, that giggle makes me want to put him in the glory hole for sure. They really bothered me the way that he just thinks it's so funny to drop balls in the game. He's not very good at handling the balls, and I think that the glory hole could be a place for him to learn. And then I think Gallup, it really bothered me too. He didn't really get many opportunities except that one that was an amazing catch. That was really nice. But I am going to go with Anger. Anger is my vote for the glory hole. He fumbled the snap. I know that it was probably the long snapper's fault, but it also could have been his fault. He could have just been like, what's going on? Saw somebody up in the crowd, goes to wave. The guy snaps the ball. He loses it. I have no idea. And then he didn't help. Then poor Mauer, is that who we're having on next in the next show?
Yep. Yes.
Poor Mauer's running around trying to kick the ball, trying to do something with it, just so he doesn't look like an idiot, so he doesn't get tackled. And Anger's just sitting there pouting, like not even getting angry about it, just all frustrated. And then when he does punt, he punts it like 12 yards. So he's my vote for the glory hole.
All right. I have to say, I am tired of the comparisons. I'm tired of the blah. I say I like him as a backup quarterback. I don't. I'm ready, so ready for Dak to come back. We've got Cooper Kupp, pocket presence. He's not aware. I mean, he's not a quarterback. He's there. It's working-ish. I don't even know if he's taking credit for it because he has actually given the defense credit.
Yeah.
But honestly, how can you not? Because it is the defense winning these games. It is certainly not Cooper Rush, even though they're trying to give it to him. I say Cooper Rush. You say Anger. I don't think I got a picture of both of them in the thing. That'd be great because I kind of agree with you with Anger, but
do you have a picture of Cooper Rush angry?
I'm gonna look that up. There's got to be one, right?
Angry Cooper. I don't know. Does he seem like the kind of guy that gets? I mean, he's got red hair, so I'm sure he does get super angry.
I think this is the most angry face I can find. We'll go with this one.
Oh, that's terrible. Is that really what he looks like?
Yep.
He looks like some kind of feral animal, kind of. Look at it. Like he you know, like if you see a hole in your house and you're like, what's in that hole? And you're getting down there to look inside that hole. It's like over in a stump or something outside your house, and you're looking down in there, and there's this little feral animal looking back at you.
Coming back at you.
It's that right there. Oh my gosh, I got a Cooper Rush. It even sounds like one, huh? It sounds like a wild animal in a field. Well, you know what's killing all your crops out there? You got a whole swarm of Cooper Rushes moved in. They're tearing the place up.
That's him.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But that's what we got, and that's our guy. But, I mean, I'll give 50%. They're both going this week. Both of them in. Nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, I honestly think I would
roster.
start Cooper Rush, let him play for a little bit, and then if he starts wetting the bed, then you bring in Dak.
I think if Dak has any ability to walk, you put him in there. Left-handed, right-handed, I don't care. Maybe he punts. Maybe he does it all. Maybe he is our quarter punter.
You saw him punch Micah Parsons, right?
Yes, I did. Yes.
With his broken hand.
Yeah.
Even. Micah Parsons came out and he was like, wow.
Yeah. So it shows he's got ability to use it. Adrenaline works, man. Adrenaline works. Pulls the thumb. Yep. So yeah, I'm saying if he can breathe, we put him in. So
all right, deal.
Awesome. All right. Well, if you like what you saw, this is where I get to say it. If you like what you saw, like us, subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks a lot for joining us. Have a great day.